Ladies and gentlemen, money. It's something that touches every part of our lives. It decides where we live, what we eat, how we raise our children, and even how we feel about ourselves at times. And yet, despite its importance, most people spend their lives struggling with it. Statistics show that the majority of people live paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, and worrying constantly about their financial future. Why is that? Why do so many people fail financially, while a small percentage seem to thrive no matter what the economy looks like? The answer is not luck. It's not about being born rich. It's not even about having the best education or the highest paying job. The real reasons go much deeper than that. Most people fail financially because they never truly learn how money works. Think about it. We spend years in school learning mathematics, history, literature, and science, but very few people are ever taught how to manage money, how to invest it, or how to make it grow. The education system, in many parts of the world, prepares people to become good employees, not financially independent individuals. We're taught how to earn money, but not how to make that money work for us. So, when people start earning, they fall into traps. Spending more than they make, buying things they don't need, trying to impress people they don't even like. And before they know it, they're stuck in a cycle of debt, frustration, and regret. Another reason most people fail financially is because of mindset. Money is as much psychological as it is practical. The way we think about money shapes how we handle it. Many people grow up hearing things like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, or, I'm just not good with money. These beliefs take root deep in our subconscious minds and dictate our behavior as adults. If you secretly believe that having money is wrong, or that you don't deserve it, you will subconsciously sabotage your financial progress. You might get a raise and immediately find a way to spend it. You might avoid learning about investments because you think it's too complicated. You might never take a risk because you fear failure. The truth is, financial success begins in the mind. It begins with believing that you deserve abundance, and that wealth is not something to be ashamed of, but something to be respected and used wisely. The people who win financially are not necessarily the smartest, but they are the ones who have developed the right mindset. One of responsibility, growth, and long-term thinking. Let's talk about habits, because success in any area of life is built on daily habits. Financial winners develop small, consistent habits that compound over time. They save a portion of their income no matter what. They live below their means. They invest early and regularly. They continue to educate themselves about money. On the other hand, most people develop destructive habits. Impulsive spending, taking on unnecessary debt, chasing quick profits, or ignoring their financial situation altogether. One of the biggest traps people fall into is lifestyle inflation. As soon as their income increases, their expenses rise just as fast. A promotion at work leads to a new car, a bigger house, fancier vacations. Instead of using that extra money to build wealth, it gets spent on things that lose value. The problem is not how much money people earn. It's how much they keep and how they use it. A person making a modest income but saving and investing consistently can become wealthier over time than someone with a high salary who spends everything they earn. Another major reason people fail financially is because they avoid responsibility. It's easier to blame the economy, the government, the job market, or even luck. But the truth is, financial success is not determined by external circumstances. It's determined by personal choices. There will always be challenges: inflation, recessions, job losses, or emergencies. The people who win financially are those who take responsibility for their financial destiny. They don't wait for things to get better. They make them better. Financial failure also comes from a lack of planning. Most people drift through life without a clear financial plan. They don't set goals for their money. They don't track their spending. They don't know how much they owe or how much they're worth. They just hope that somehow, everything will work out. But hope is not a strategy. Wealthy people have a plan. They set specific goals, they measure their progress, and they adjust when things don't go as expected. They know where their money is going and why. Another critical reason people struggle financially is because they misunderstand debt. Debt, in itself, is not evil, it's a tool. But like any tool, if used incorrectly, it can destroy you. Many people take on bad debt, borrowing to buy things that lose value, like expensive gadgets or luxury cars they can't afford. They use credit cards to fill emotional gaps, to feel good temporarily. Over time, the interest piles up, and they find themselves working not for their dreams, but for the banks. On the other hand, those who win financially understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. They use good debt strategically, to buy assets that generate income, like real estate or businesses. They understand leverage and use it wisely. One of the most powerful forces in the world of money is compound interest. Albert Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world. But sadly, most people never benefit from it, because they start too late, or don't start at all. The secret to financial success is not earning a huge amount of money, but starting early and being consistent. Even a small amount invested regularly can grow into a large fortune over time, thanks to the power of compounding. Those who delay, thinking they'll save, when they earn more, often never catch up. Let's also talk about risk. Because fear of risk keeps many people trapped financially. They keep their money in savings accounts that barely keep up with inflation. They avoid learning about investments because they think it's too risky or too complicated. Meanwhile, the wealthy understand that risk and reward go hand in hand. They don't avoid risk. They manage it. They educate themselves, diversify their investments, and make calculated moves. The difference is not courage, it's preparation. Another hidden reason people fail financially is because they never learn to control their emotions. Money decisions are often emotional decisions. Fear, greed, impatience, and envy lead people to make poor financial choices. They buy when the market is high because everyone else is buying, and they sell when it crashes because they panic. They compare their lives to others and try to keep up with appearances. Financial winners, however, learn emotional discipline. They don't let temporary trends or social pressure dictate their financial behavior. They play the long game. Let's not forget the importance of continuous learning. The world of money is constantly changing, new technologies, new investment opportunities, new economic realities. Those who stop learning fall behind. Financial winners are lifelong learners. They read books on personal finance, attend seminars, follow experts, and seek advice from mentors. They understand that ignorance is expensive. Now, how can you win financially? The first step is awareness. Understand your current situation. Track your income, your expenses, your debts, and your assets. You can't change what you don't measure. Then, set clear financial goals. Not vague wishes, but specific, measurable goals. I want to save 20% of my income each month. Or I will invest $500 every month in a diversified portfolio. The second step is to build the right habits. Pay yourself first. Before you pay anyone else, set aside a portion of your income for saving and investing. Automate this process so you don't even have to think about it. Live below your means. This doesn't mean living miserably, it means being intentional about your spending. Learn to distinguish between wants and needs. The third step is education. Learn about budgeting, investing, taxes, and entrepreneurship. Knowledge is the foundation of financial independence. Don't rely on luck or hearsay. Take charge of your own financial literacy. The fourth step is to invest. Saving alone won't make you wealthy. Inflation will eat away your money if it's just sitting in a bank account. Learn about different investment vehicles, stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, or even starting a business. Diversify your investments and think long-term. Remember, the goal is not to get rich quickly, but to get rich steadily. The fifth step is to protect your money. Have an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses. Get insurance to protect against major risks. Avoid scams and get-rich-quick schemes. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The sixth step is to give. True wealth is not just about accumulating money, it's about using it to make a difference. Generosity not only helps others but also creates a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Ironically, people who give tend to attract more abundance into their lives, because they live with a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. Finally, surround yourself with the right people. Your financial habits are influenced by the people you spend time with. If you spend time with people who are always complaining about money, you'll likely adopt their mindset. But if you spend time with people who are financially responsible, ambitious, and growth-oriented, you'll naturally start thinking and acting like them. Winning financially is not about perfection, it's about progress. You don't have to make all the right moves immediately. You just have to start. Every small step, saving a little, paying off a bit of debt, learning a new skill, moves you closer to freedom. Remember, money is not the ultimate goal, it's a tool. A tool that gives you choices, security, and the ability to help others. The goal is not to be rich just for the sake of it, but to have the freedom to live life on your own terms. Most people fail financially because they never decide to win. They drift through life reacting to circumstances instead of creating their own. But you can be different, you can take control. You can learn, plan, act, and grow. Financial success is not a mystery, it's a formula. Spend less than you earn, save and invest consistently, avoid bad debt, keep learning, stay disciplined, think long term. In the end, Financial success is not about how much money you make, but about how much control you have over your life. It's about peace of mind. Knowing that you are not at the mercy of others, that you can handle whatever comes your way, that you are building something that will last. So, as you leave here today, I want you to make a decision. A simple but powerful one. Decide that you will no longer be a victim of circumstance. Decide that you will learn, that you will take responsibility, and that you will act. Because once you make that decision, the rest is just a matter of time. Remember, most people fail financially not because they can't succeed, but because they never learn how. You have the knowledge now. You have the power, and with discipline, patience, and belief, you can win, not just financially but in life itself. Thank you.